Y'all, our girl Allison cannot catch a break, okay? First, she had to lay there while Viserys crawled on top of her and did his business. Then Sir Larys was peddling in feet for information, had to wiggle her toes for him. And now here comes her own son, Aemond. What in the world is happening? What is going on when a mama got to curb her own son? My God, today. Let's get into it.
Let's get into this, girl. Let's get into this.
Y'all, welcome to Margins to Movies, okay? You guys know what it is. We review books, we review movies, we do it all, and we bring it here to you to have a little chit-chat, okay, about what's going on around here in these entertainment streets. I am one of your favorite bookworms, Nita Key.
And I am your other favorite bookworm, Della B. So we are here today to talk about House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 1. So we're going to get right into this thing. But before we do, please make sure you subscribe, you like, and you share. We love y'all, and we just need you to love us back. All right.
Are we needy? Are we desperate?
We need you to love us back. Just love us back. Please, love us back. Give us
Come
some
on,
love.
internet. Get yourself together. Okay, very good. Let's talk about this first episode. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the different storylines, okay? And we're going to go through each storyline for the season premiere. And then we're going to have a little discussion. Then we'll go on to the next one, okay? So that's how we're going to do this review. So I feel like the storyline that was the most minuscule, we don't need to talk about that much, is Kristin Cole. So Kristin Cole and Gwaine Hightower, okay? They are out there somewhere, honey. I think they're near Harrenhal, but I could be wrong. But they are just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Gwaine walks by and a knight is graping a young lady. He goes to tell Kristin. Kristin's like, child, we all gonna die. No one cares. You know, he's just so pessimistic. And that's pretty much it. Do you have anything for that storyline?
Nope. I think they were heading to Harrenhal still trying to get to Damon at that time because they didn't know all the stuff that was going on. So I think that's where they were heading. But yeah, Sir Kristin, he didn't give it up. He's like, whatever. I'm done.
He's
Okay.
done. Yeah, and they were waiting for Aemond. They were saying like, "Oh, we hope Aemond comes or something." But
That's
Aemond's
right.
like, "Child," but we'll find out about Aemond a little later.
Okay.
Next, I thought the next storyline that didn't much happen was Damon. Damon's on the battlefield. He has defeated the Lannisters, and then we have the Greybeards from the north. Okay, the Starks came through to represent, and they have joined them in battle. Anything to say about that?
In the storyline. Next.
The only thing I had for that one was in the book. This is different because in the book, the Greybeards and Cregan Stark actually did not show up until after the battle was over, honey. So they actually got here on time for the battle in the show. The next minor storyline I thought was we have the new dragon seeds or new dragon riders. We have Ulf, Hugh, and Adam, and they are sitting around just chilling. And Ulf is telling them about his horrible experiences as a child and how he grew up, as they are on a mission to wait out Aemond on Vhagar. So they're just hanging around waiting for him, and Ulf, of course, is being belligerent as usual. You know what I'm saying? And being surly and being insubordinate, you know, and he goes out to use the restroom and he's hearing noises and stuff, and he's like, hey, we need to go. What are we waiting on Aemond for? How long are we gonna wait? And then Alice Rivers from Harrenhal comes through and she said, yeah, y'all need to leave. They said, who are you? She said, I'm a witch. They was like, say less. We go. Anything to say about that storyline?
So what do you think about Ulf? You think he's the type of person that if somebody come and offer him $2 more than what he think he gonna get, you think he gonna go on the other side? Because that's the flavor I'm getting from him.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it as if I haven't read the book. Okay, if I had not read the book, honestly, I would say, baby, Ulf. He a Larys, okay? He gonna give the deed to whoever offer him more money, whoever offers him a castle, okay? Whoever offers him a maiden, a lady, he gonna be gone. So yeah, he'll be Team Green in 3, 2, 1, and bye.
Yeah, 50 cent more. And you know, I'm so glad you said that you did that if you hadn't read the book, because that gives me hope. That give me hope. I know you're not getting ready to tell me what was going on in the book, but that gives me hope. So that makes me feel a little better. But we gonna see with this guy.
We gonna see, baby. All percent where the money reside.
Exactly.
Okay, so the next storyline we're gonna talk about is Aegon and Larys. Okay, speaking of Larys, so basically they are trying to escape from King's Landing. They have escaped from the Red Keep, and they get pulled over by some people in Rhaenyra's territory. And they said, "Look, you're gonna have to bend the knee to Queen Rhaenyra and denounce the usurper." Okay, and so Larry said, "Knee bent." Okay, I pledge fealty.
Girl, he dropped down so fast. I was like, dang, can they even get it out their mouth yet?
Damn, whiplash.
He was already on the knee. Oh, where you want me to fall? Over here, right there? Okay, I'll do it right here.
Honey. Which one? Did I bend it right? Okay, you want me to hit the ground?
Exactly.
Okay, and here go Aegon acting a fool. I will not bend the knee. He cursed and acted up. I'm like, Aegon, it's not the time, sir. This is not the time. Oh my God, y'all, excuse my high flash, honey, but y'all don't know a woman of a particular age, honey. And
But let me ask you this: do you think that Larys? Do you think that he have another game up his sleeve? You know him; he always conniving. He always got something up his sleeve.
I think it benefits him to side with Aegon right now. And the reason why I think it benefits him is because Aegon listens to him. Aegon, he can manipulate, and he can manipulate easily.
I mean, why did he drop to his knees so fast? Do you think that he's trying to connive something else? I'm always so suspicious of him. I'm just like,
no, he dropped to his knees because he gonna do what he have to do to live. You know, he's not really loyal to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever is gonna benefit him. So he dropped to his knees because he wants to live. And so then when he saw that Aegon was threatening their lives by being Aegon, you know, he was like, okay, that's Aegon. Okay, why don't you go ahead and take us to Rhaenyra on Dragonstone? I'm sure she'll be for us. So he just wants to live, right? And like I said, I think he saw that Aemond was not playing with him, was like, no, you're not gonna be my hand of the king. So, you know, he gonna go and get in where he fit in.
Yeah. Because I always just so suspicious of him. I was thinking, okay, I wonder if he told them that because he got something else up his sleeve. Because I just don't trust him. He a little sneaky little.
Well, he's not trustworthy. That's why he can bend the knee so easily.
Exactly.
Because he don't care.
He don't care.
He do not care. Okay. The next storyline we're gonna talk about is Raina and Sheepstealer. Okay. So Raina finally claimed Sheepstealer. She was trying to tame him or whatever. He was like, girl, I'm gonna tame you. This was gonna happen. But you know, she was starving. He brought her some food, and then she said, let's go to Dragonstone. She on her way to Dragonstone, and she see there's a battle that's raging with her grandfather, the Sea Snake, and the Triarchy. Okay. And Lohar was the captain of the Triarchy. And so she gonna take her unbattle tested, her subordinate dragon over there to try to help, and of course made a mess of it. And it was like, well, go somewhere. Just go to Dragonstone and sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty much it for her. What you thought about her?
She made that whole situation worse. But first of all, she left Rhaenyra's babies.
She did.
Didn't Rhaenyra tell her, take my babies, watch after my babies? Girl, as soon as that woman
my children, hold them to your bosom tight.
Exactly. She just let them, boy, as soon as that Lady Alice or whatever her name was, as soon as they left, she turned her head. Lady Jane, boy, she turned around and she ran. I'm like, why would you? That may not be a good outcome. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but why would you leave when Rhaenyra asked you? She told you, please watch over my babies.
Yes, exactly. And no one noticed her running off or whatever. That was weird. I mean, I guess she wants to be a dragon rider, and I guess she thinks she can help Rhaenyra's cause. But I think that Rhaenyra asked you to take care of her kids.
She did. And then she just made that whole situation worse. My God. What are you doing? The lady told you, there's a dragon out there, but it's wild. See, that dragon didn't grow up in the keep and they in there with the dragon trainers. No, he didn't grow up like that. He wild, and you trying to climb on him and get him to go do what you want him to do. You got to have a little bit of sense, girl.
You do. Girl, no, absolutely not. Just go. Go, Raina. Go.
That was terrible. She made that. That was terrible.
All right. So the next storyline we're going to talk about is Allison So we're back in King's Landing at the Red Keep, and Alicent has just gotten back from making a deal with Rhaenyra at the end of season 2. She has told Rhaenyra that in 3 days' time you can come and you can claim King's Landing. Aemond won't be here; it'll only be Helena in charge. So we will yield, and you can take the Iron Throne. So when she comes back, she is shocked to find out that Aemond said he's not flying out nowhere. Okay, Aemond went out there and saw all those other dragons, and he said, I'm chilling. I need to protect the Red Keep. Okay. So this is messing up her plan because she's already made this plan with Rhaenyra. So she is able to finesse the situation. She sends a message to the Hightower host, and it looks like her son. We finally got an image of Darren. I saw a boy with red hair. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's Alice's kid.
Yeah,
And
she told the Hightowers to stay there and wait 3 days for Aemond.
yeah, so she
That was
told
what-
them to wait 3 days for Aemond. They were like, okay, we'll wait. And then she talked Aemond into going, Aemond, get on Vagar and go yourself over there to Harrenhal and defeat Damon, and it'll be a great victory for us. Aemond wanted to seal this occasion that he decided to go with a kiss. Okay.
First of all, why was Allison? I blame part of this on her. I'm sorry. Why was she all up in his face like that? All up, in his face, looking at him all lovingly, long spells of silence, just looking in each other's eyes. I'm like,
I didn't even read it like that. I didn't. I
no,
felt like
but she did. She did. I was like, I didn't like the way she. Let me just say this: I have sons. You would never see me looking longingly into my son's eyes like that. I mean, it's okay. You hug them, you kiss them, that kind of thing. But she was just hanging on too long to me. So I blame part of that on her. So I think that he took that as a sign that, oh, well, this is an open door. So I don't know. I
mean, he might have. Apparently, he did see it as an open door. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying I didn't read it that way. I read it that that's just how she talks to them. She kind of gets in their face, and then she wants to get their attention because they don't listen to her. They're like wild animals. Him and Aegon. So sometimes she will grab their face, and she will, make them focus on her. And I felt like she was just, letting her son know, or trying to convey to him, or trying to, you're going to Harrenhal, going to Harrenhal, you know what I'm saying?
That's why she was lingering.
Yeah, trying to brainwash him into going to Harrenhal.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't think she was inviting any sort of kiss or anything untoward. And so this apparently been on his mind. He'd been over there at the pleasure house, curled up on that older woman.
Now, I agree with you. I don't think she was inviting it purposely. But I think that with her lingering like that and looking in his eye, it was a long pause, and he's steady looking, she's steady looking, and he took it the wrong way. So she should have pulled back a little sooner to me. I don't think she did it purposely, but he took it as, like I said, oh, okay, well, hey, mama right here.
No, I don't think he should have read it that way. Yeah, I didn't think it was any room for him to read it that way, and he was dead wrong for trying.
Of course.
What you doing this and this? This your mama.
That's your mama. What you doing?
Them Targaryens, how they get down. You know what I'm saying? With brother and sister. I ain't never heard about mother and son. I ain't never heard of them going that route. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
crazy.
he just got he went a little crazy with that. He was beside himself, and I was like, oh my girl. You saw at the end, she tried to
Did she try to get a little smirk?
Yeah, she tried to. She's like, "Come on, Dad. Come on, son." She tried to clean a little bit. Get yourself
right. Then he walked away. Then he had that one little tear drop. I'm like, that should tell you your son crazy.
Child, let me tell you, Allison, poor thing, she can't catch a break. Yeah, that was crazy. That was wild. So the next major storyline, and pretty much the bulk of the show, we have Alan and Corlys Velaryon. The Sea Snake, they are doing ship business, and they meet in, looks like Corlys's like office or something like that, and they have a really, I would say, a heart-to-heart conversation. care.
Yeah.
And Corlys basically apologizes to Alan for his abandonment of him and Adam, of not raising them, of not
Yeah.
making sure they were okay. Now, in the book, the mom is still alive, but it looks like in the show, the mom is not alive, right? So, yeah. So, yeah, in the book, the mom's still alive. In the book, the mom said that their dad was Laenor. I said, girl.
Oh. Wow.
Like,
Okay.
girl, bye.
Lena, he ain't thinking about you like that.
Laenor ain't father no kids out here. Okay.
Go
Rhaenyra
ahead.
was his wife. She couldn't even get no kids out of him.
And they tried.
And they tried. I don't know how long they tried, but yeah, they
Exactly.
tried. So anyway, they have that heart-to-heart conversation, and then the Triarchy comes. Island Lannister is with them. He went to secure their support on the behalf of the throne, and this crazy woman named Lohar is leading them. And he's like, "Hey, we need to go to King's Landing," and blah blah blah. She like, "Boy, bye. I'm about to sack Driftmark and defeat the Sea Snake, and I'm gonna take over." I guess she thought she was gonna be Lord of the Tides, honey. I don't know what she was talking about. But
Yeah.
anyway, so a major battle ensued. At one point, the sea snake was whipping, and you know what I'm saying, that little ship around trying to get through the teeth. He called the area.
Yeah.
And Lohar, in order to get through the teeth or that difficult passage, she done threw Thailand off the ship. Yeah,
So
the
the
dude is Thailand Lannister.
yeah, Nita, how much you weigh? How much you weigh? Whoop, bye.
You got all that
Right
armor.
on.
He's like, you got all that armor on. Get off the ship. So, but
Bye.
she was able to get through the teeth, and then he comes through, and he is in a trance when he sees Driftmark on fire. He's just in a trance, but thankfully, Alan of Hull is able to take command, and he is able to lead the men against the Triarchy. And then there's this epic battle, I felt like, between Corlys and Lohar, and then Alan came in at the end, and he killed Lohar. What did you think about
Killed that crazy one. I was trying to figure out, okay, I know Lord Valerian, he lived. That was great. His son saved, well, no, his son didn't save him, but his son killed that crazy
Yeah.
lady. But who won the battle? Who won the war?
Oh no, blacks did.
Okay, so they won?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, he said
so
one because the dragons.
okay,
Yeah.
because I was like, I guess they won, but it was kind of hard to tell because
Yeah.
her people didn't pull away once she was dead. Once that crazy lady was dead, her guys were still fighting. Maybe it was because they didn't know that she was dead.
Yeah. Well, that was a win for Team Black. So basically, what happened with the blacks, Rhaenyra gets word that the Triarchy has set upon Corlys's ships. And
Yep.
so she says, I'm going to jump on Cyrax and I'm going to go out there to help them. And Jace said, no, you're not. Okay. And so Jace had Sir Laurent lock her in her room.
Ooh.
And he basically told him, if you want to do what's best for the queen, then you wouldn't let her out that room. And so he convinces Baela that they're going to go out there and they are going to help the Sea Snake in this attack. Basically, Jace and Vermax end up getting killed. In the very last scene of the episode, we see that Baela is flying over the wreckage on Universal.
Yeah.
And that's how the show ended.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that, he locked his mom in his room, supposedly trying to protect her. He also didn't like the decision she was making. And she was all along in season 2, she was trying to protect him because her other babies had already died. And now here he is, throws her in a room, gets her locked in a room, and then he ends up getting killed. And I still think part of that was because of Raina. If Raina hadn't have been out there in the way with that dragon, Sheep Stealer, then maybe Jace and Baela could have got away because they went back. So I don't know if that was part of Raina's fault. I just don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if it was part of Raina's fault because I really have to kind of go back and watch the sequence of events. Vermax got shot earlier and Baela came through and saved him.
The
And
first
then-
time, yes.
Yeah, the first time. And then when it happened again, I just think that Jace is not battle tested. He has
Yeah.
never fought in a war before. And I
Yeah.
think that being on a dragon, you can kind of feel like you're invincible. And I
Mhm.
don't think that he was really doing what he needs to do to avoid the weaponry that was made to kill dragons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that it was mostly his inexperience
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
reason he ended up dying. Okay, so let's get to our rating. So how are you going to rate this season opener?
Okay, so House of the Dragon is back. Season 3, episode 1, I think I would give it a 4, mostly because of the war that the sea snakes had. It was able to show his power and how good he was with his ship and with his crew and all that kind of stuff, and why he was called the sea snake. So I like that. I also did like the fact that even though she couldn't control that dang dragon, I did like the fact that Rhaena finally got a dragon because she wanted it really bad. But that kind of had mixed feelings on that. I liked that she got a dragon, but I didn't like that she kind of made a mess of the war and she left Rhaenyra's babies. Then the sad thing about this opener was the fact that Rhaenyra's son, Jace, died. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4. It opened up pretty strong, a lot of action going on. So we got to see what happens next.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with you. I'm going to rate it a 4 as well. And the reason I'm going to rate it a 4 is that I felt that season 2, I was waiting for action and battles. And I felt that, it was a lot of character development heaviness going on in season 2, which is fine. But I wanted action, I wanted battles, you know what I'm saying? So I like that they did start with a battle. So I did not really like that Raina claimed Sheepstealer, because in the book, Sheepstealer was claimed by a black girl named Nettles. So she was bringing him sheep every day, and she was able to claim him, and she joined Rhaenyra's side as well, in addition to the other male dragon seeds. And she and Damon actually were, got a little close, got too close. So I was like, maybe they cut Nettles out because they really want to sell this relationship between Rhaenyra and Damon as the real thing. I don't know.
Okay, I'm convinced. I got to go finish the book.
Yeah.
I got to go finish the doggone book. I'm going to finish it.
Yeah, I really like the action. I like the sea snake whipping that ship, and like you said, showing why he's a sea snake. I thought that little scene with Larys was hilarious. I like the way he just bit the knee so quick.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and Aemond was just out of order. I mean, it was just, Aemond, what are you doing, right? So I really like that action. You can clearly see that the Dance of the Dragons has begun. I wasn't shocked when Jace died. I was kind of shocked that it happened so early in the season, but because I read the book, I knew that he was going to die. I was wondering why I'm not giving it a 5, and I can't put my finger on what was missing, but something was missing for me. And I might have to think on it some more, like what was missing, but I was like, oh, can I give it a 5? Because they did have action, and I don't know if it's because the battle that they had with Lohar and the sea snake, I'm not heavily invested into like Lohar and the Triarchy and all that. So I felt like of all the battles to see, to me, that was pretty low stakes. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want something to happen to Corlys, yes, but maybe I don't know nothing about the Triarchy. It wasn't like I was on the edge of my seat. It wasn't the Battle of the Bastards in Game of Thrones. Yeah, I just didn't feel a lot of tension, even though in Game of Thrones, that big scene, the Battle of the Bastards between Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton, I didn't like Ramsay Bolton, but I hated him so much. I was very invested in him dying. Like, I really wanted Ramsay Bolton out of there.
Yeah. I think for me, the reason why I didn't give it a 5 is because I was kind of a little bit disappointed in Rhaenyra's behavior. I understand that Alicent was her friend and she wanted to believe her, but I mean, even Lady Massaria kind of gave her a little side eye, like, that seemed like that's pretty low stakes for you to be, all of a sudden we're getting ready to go win this battle. So I kind of didn't like that she fell for that so easily. For her to be wanting to be queen, it seems like she should have been a little bit more cautious. And I think that's why I didn't give it a 5. I didn't like the way she kind of reacted to that.
Yeah. So you felt like she shouldn't have believed Alicent?
I think she should have been a little bit more cautious. In other words, instead of saying, oh, in 3 days, we're going to go take the Red Keep, King's Landing, she should have said, well, let's send some people ahead and let's kind of go, fill this out. Yeah. Do a little bit of.
Aemond's gonna be going get some spies over there to see if Aemond really leaves.
Exactly. That's just what I was about to say. Go ahead and do something like that. Just don't fall for it so even. And I know she loved Allison and they were friends, but you're supposed to be queen. You need to think a little bit more before you make these decisions. That was my only thing. I think that's why I didn't give it a 5.
Yeah, I think Jace was maybe feeling that way too, which is why he was like, just lock her in there. Because she's trying to go out to war, she could die, and then all of this would have been for nothing. But also, I feel like if she was a man, they would have let her win. If she was a man, Jace, they wouldn't have locked her in there. You know what I'm saying? But also, if she was a man, she probably would have been taught in the art of war. And
That's
I
true.
feel like if Viserys wanted her to be queen, then she should have gotten some battle experience or something, or some type of training.
She should have. She should have.
Yeah,
Once he decided that was gonna be his heir, that's exactly what he should have did. He should have got her
yeah,
some kind of training. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Instead, he was trying to
okay.
get her a husband.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get her married off, child. Maybe he thought her husband was gonna be leading. I don't know what he thought. All right, so Della, do you have anything else?
No, I don't have anything else on this season 3, episode 1, but we will be back to talk about episode 2 the next time we see you.
Yes, we will. Make sure you like this video. If you like the video, subscribe if you are enjoying the content, and also share if you think that other people would be happy with our content as well. Spread the love. And thank you so much for doing so in advance. And leave a comment. We would love to talk with y'all in the comment and see what you thought of this episode. Do you agree with our opinions? We would love to hear your perspective.
All right. So until next time, we will meet you.
Between the margins and the movies. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.